It all starts with a simple roadside encounter, but things quickly take a surprising turn. In this episode of Know Your Rights we follow a heated exchange between a calm, well-informed citizen and two female deputies who seem determined to escalate the situation. The conversation begins with a standard ID request, but when the citizen asserts their legal rights, tensions rise. What should have been a routine interaction turns into a test of patience, understanding, and authority. The deputies grow visibly frustrated as they fail to get the compliance they're looking for, and questions about the balance of power start to surface. Are they fully aware of the laws they're meant to uphold, or is this a case of overstepping their bounds? The video captures every moment, from the initial standoff to the deputy's ultimate response. Stick around to see how this surprising encounter ends, and why knowing your rights can make all the difference in situations like this. As the interaction unfolds, it becomes clear that this isn't just about asking for an ID, it's about authority and accountability. The deputies insist they're following protocol, but their tone suggests they're used to getting immediate compliance. On the other hand, the citizen remains calm, confident, and unwavering, citing specific legal rights with precision. It's a dynamic that seems to catch the deputies off guard, leaving them visibly unsettled. The backdrop for this encounter is a quiet roadside, but the tension makes it feel anything but ordinary. Every question, every pause, and every reaction adds another layer to the unfolding story. Why are the deputies so adamant about seeing the ID? Is there more to their reasoning, or is this simply a misunderstanding of the law? As the citizen continues to stand their ground, the frustration of the deputies grows. Their body language shifts, their voices rise slightly, and the power dynamic becomes more apparent. But even as they push harder, the citizen refuses to back down, keeping the outcome uncertain. The standoff drags on, and the tension only thickens. The deputies, clearly not used to being challenged, begin to double down, asserting their authority in firmer tones. One of them steps closer, her badge catching the sunlight, as she demands to know why the citizen is refusing such a simple request. But the citizen doesn't flinch. Calmly, they explain their right to remain silent and refuse unwarranted identification under the law, their voice steady and clear. Meanwhile, you can sense a growing unease between the two deputies. The second officer, standing slightly behind, glances nervously at her partner, as if questioning whether they're handling the situation correctly. For a brief moment, it seems like she might step in to de-escalate, but instead, she stays quiet, allowing her partner to press on. What's fascinating is how this encounter reveals more than just a legal debate. It's a clash of confidence and control. Are the deputies enforcing the law or pushing personal authority? The answer isn't clear yet, but one thing is certain: neither side is willing to back down. The situation is teetering on the edge, with both sides locked in a silent battle of wills. The lead deputy, now visibly frustrated, tries a new tactic. Her voice grows sharper as she demands compliance, framing it as a matter of safety and cooperation. Yet, the citizen remains composed, their calm demeanor an unspoken challenge to the rising tension. Every carefully chosen word from the citizen seems to dig deeper into the deputy's patience, exposing a potential crack in their authority. The second deputy finally speaks up, her tone quieter but no less firm, as she attempts to back up her partner. It's clear she's trying to regain control of the moment, but there's hesitation in her voice, a flicker of doubt that doesn't go unnoticed. The air feels heavy, almost suffocating, as both deputies exchange a quick glance, silently weighing their next move. The question now looms larger than ever. Will the deputies push past the line of lawful authority, or will they finally step back? The moment feels like a coiled spring, ready to snap, as the confrontation inches toward its breaking point. Just as it seems the situation can't get any more tense, another layer of complexity emerges. A passing car slows down and pulls over nearby, catching everyone's attention. The driver, a concerned bystander, steps out and begins recording the interaction from a distance. The citizen acknowledges the camera with a small nod, their confidence seeming to grow now that there's a witness. The deputies, however, exchange uneasy glances, clearly aware that their actions are now being documented from a fresh angle. The lead deputy's frustration shifts into something more measured, almost as if she's reconsidering her approach. But instead of backing off, she doubles down, insisting that the citizen comply immediately. Her partner hesitates, clearly torn, but ultimately sides with her. Meanwhile, the bystander calls out, asking if everything is okay and reminding everyone that this is a public space. The tension reaches new heights as the deputies are now not only facing resistance, but also public scrutiny. With the situation spiraling and the stakes climbing, it's impossible to predict what will happen next. As the standoff reaches its peak, the lead deputy takes a step forward, her voice sharp but steady, as she delivers what she believes is a final warning. The citizen, still calm, repeats their legal right to refuse identification without reasonable suspicion. The tension is almost unbearable, with the bystander's camera now clearly focused on every move. Just as it seems the deputies might push the situation further, the second deputy steps in, her voice cutting through the tension. "Wait," she says, addressing her partner. "We don't have enough to press this. Let it go." Her words hang in the air, a mix of authority and doubt. For a moment, her partner looks as if she might argue, but then she steps back, her frustration visible in her expression. The unexpected intervention changes everything, shifting the tone of the encounter. As the deputies retreat to their vehicle, one of them glances at the bystander's camera and mutters something under her breath. But just as the citizen prepares to leave, the bystander approaches them, revealing they've seen this type of incident with these same deputies before. The twist? This wasn't an isolated moment. It was part of a larger pattern that could now come to light. With the new information in hand, the story feels far from over, leaving the audience questioning what's really going on behind the scenes. As the deputies drive off, the tension finally breaks, leaving a strange mix of relief and reflection in its wake. The bystander, still recording, shares their story with the citizen, explaining how they've witnessed similar interactions before but never had a chance to document them until now. The citizen listens carefully, their calm demeanor now shifting to one of quiet determination. It's clear this encounter wasn't just about standing their ground. It was about exposing a larger issue and encouraging accountability. The two exchange contact information, agreeing to stay in touch and share footage if needed. As the citizen gets back into their car, they take a moment to reflect on what just happened. Knowing their rights had made all the difference, turning a potentially intimidating situation into a moment of empowerment. Driving away, they can't help but wonder how many others have faced similar encounters without the knowledge or confidence to stand firm. The story ends not just with resolution, but with a powerful reminder. Understanding your rights isn't just a choice, it's a responsibility.